Coach, what was the most important thing you said to your team at halftime?
Well, I think we lost a little bit of our composure and our rhythm at the end of the half. I thought we had a great start other than the first 15 seconds, and, you know, we made a mistake and gave up the early goal, but I liked the way we fought back. And then I thought about the last 15 minutes when we made a few changes, we started to lose a little bit of that rhythm. And so the thing we talked about is getting that back for our team and getting back settled into our game.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Quint. The Irish falling behind not once but twice in that first half. The first time they have been behind in this NCAA tournament. And now they've got 45 minutes to try and remedy the situation. Or the Seminoles of Florida State will move on to the championship game for the first time in school history. And it's just the 4th time all season that the Irish have been down at the break.
But one thing, Beth, is they've given up a number of goals. 2 goals against UNC, 2 goals against Duke, and now 2 goals in the first half against Florida State. They're going to have to be better defensively in this half if they're going to get to the final.
UConn did score a couple of times against Florida State last weekend in the quarterfinals, and it was a Talon and Golden goal in the second overtime that propelled them through to this College Cup. Winner will advance to Sunday afternoon's championship game against either UCLA or USC. They're coming up next at about 7:30 Eastern, live on ESPNU tonight. And the handball is going to be called on Hanks. Coaches will have even more leeway with their benches in the second half, because now here in the second stanza you can re-enter if you are pulled for a substitute.
That's right. In the first half, there's no re-entry. In the second half, you have 1 re-entry.
Yamaguchi, who scored the game's first goal. Schmidt trying to push forward, and it's cleared out by the Irish, but it will trickle over the far touchline.
I'm a little bit surprised by Katrine Schmidt. I thought she'd be better in possession. She's struggling a little bit in possession. Erica Sutton has given the Florida State team more attacking options when she's come forward from the other flank.
Just underway, second half, as the sun starts to set on a gorgeous day here in College Station. Weather's been spectacular. The pitch here is just phenomenal. Great job by the Texas A&M staff and everybody here at Aggie Soccer Stadium. A capacity crowd on hand tonight.
This is a beautiful facility. G. Guerreri, the coach, has done a great job of creating a world-class facility.
Bach looking to slide it through to Carrie Hanks on a great ball for Hanks. And the National Player of the Year last season is denied by the rookie McNulty between the posts.
Now take a look at the difference on how McNulty plays this versus Karras. She just doesn't come all the way. She comes when she realizes she can't get to it first. This is a good ball here to Hanks in behind. McNulty comes and then holds herself instead of just keep coming, and now she's more difficult to beat by having that presence.
Terrific stop by the freshman who had started in every game in her rookie campaign. Won the battle for the starting job in their preseason camp. Tremendous size at 6 foot. With the Canadian international replacing Allie Mims, who had been in goal the last few seasons for Florida State.
Well, I've got a pretty good look at that call from where I am right here, because we're right on that offside call. That one perplexes me a little bit, but the referees have done a very good job.
Irish will get a kick out of the back with Folks looking for Box in the area. Hanks tries to settle it back in. Now off the ricochet with 2 defenders by her. Katrine Schmidt. Well played by Florida State there to clear it out of trouble.
Schmidt did well with that because she was trapped in the corner. Remember, any long throw-in from in there is going to be very dangerous.
Sana Talonen, she's got 1 goal today, 8 of them in the NCAA tournament so far. Back to Lauren Schweitzer, who gets the start here in the second half. Talonen tried to go around the freshman Scheidler.
But what was smart about Talonen there, when she had the counterattack, she looked at the numbers, she stopped, she spun out, she found a teammate, then still got the ball back. And that's what Notre Dame isn't doing. They're pushing their counterattacks into numbers. Sometimes you got to, it's like a fast break in basketball. If it's on, go for it, and if it isn't, just keep the ball.
VDV with time. Yamaguchi back to Van de Ven. They'll switch fields, looking to Schweitzer on the left flank, and too much pace on it, rolls over the touch.
But if I'm Krikorian, I'm not upset with that decision by Van de Ven in the midfield, because those are the types of balls that will really stretch the Notre Dame defense.
17-game unbeaten streak for the Fighting Irish. They haven't lost since September in that 3-4-1 start, their worst start in 18 years, which included a trip out to the West Coast and saw them lose 2 matches in a row for the first time in 5 years. Really uncharted territory for the Irish, and they have bounced back nicely, but are down here in the second half. Their goal earlier today came on a corner kick, and Carrie Hanks will trot over to take one.
I will see if Florida State has made any adjustments. They played purely zone on the first 3 corner kicks. It looks like now they're looking to match up a little bit.
Hanks low, and Yamaguchi able to head it out. Carey will try again, going 1v1, tripped up on the edge. Notre Dame wants it to be in the area for the penalty kick, but they will get the free kick right outside.
Let's take a look at this if we can get it. We do.
Whoa.
Too close to call. Could have been inside.
That looked like
could have been inside.
Could have pointed to the spot on that one on the replay there. So a good break for Florida State. So far, we'll see if they're still thinking that after this free kick.
Now, there's a couple of choices here. You can bend it in or serve it. Looks like they're going to serve it hard and low.
Clark off the rebound and knocked out of bounds. Another corner kick. The Irish threatening early in this second half, trailing 2-1 in the national semifinals.
They get so much of their attack that starts from their set pieces. It just keeps the ball in this end of the field for Notre Dame, and here they are again with another dangerous corner.
Eisenhofer standing right in front of the goal. Bach trying to run on. Another low kick from Hanks. This will be a throw-in for the Irish. And Eisenhofer will come over for the flip throw here, and she'll be able to put this right in front.
And these are even more dangerous than the corner kicks. They can load the numbers in front of the goalkeeper. There's a lot of traffic there. Flip throw.
It's short. The one hopper off the head of Bach. Hanks comes down right on her foot and ricochets wide. And it's another corner kick. Notre Dame piling on the set pieces right now.
And I have to be impressed on how often they get on the second ball, the half-cleared ball. They seem to always be on it, getting a shot off.
Looking for the equalizer. Hanks. This one's got some height under it and due. Just over the top of the crossbar.
Well, she would like this one back. She comes. She's got a good run to it. She just needs to head that one down. Believe me, Florida State is taking a sigh of relief to get that ball to a goal kick situation.
They will finally be able to clear it out of the face of their own goal. VDV's pass picked off by Courtney Rosen. She scored a goal in last year's semifinal win for the Irish over Florida State. Hanks trying to go to work on Schmidt, taken down again. And the Irish are right back where they were just a moment ago.
Well, that's a bit of a mismatch there, and now Notre Dame is starting to exploit it. Hanks, who's an excellent 1v1 player, she just got taken down on the edge of the box or in the box, and now she's got another set piece just outside the penalty area.
How long can the Noles hang on here? Right in front, Weisenhofer just missed it. She was camped out on the near post.
Good hard serve by Hanks. Ooh, and that's a great look by Weisenhofer. She needs to put that one away.
Weisenhofer, Bach, Amanda Clark grew up together playing youth soccer. They all attended Neuqua Valley High School in Naperville, Illinois, and now trying to win a national championship with the Fighting Irish.
Well, here are the keys before the game. Florida State had to play possession. They can't give up corners and throw-ins. They're not quite getting that done. And they've got to contain the big three. Hanks, Box, Weisenhofer for Notre Dame. So they're struggling with giving up set pieces. And you can see that it's only a matter of time here. Notre Dame's going to score one if Florida State continues to give those up.
Free kick. This will bounce right to Harris. Edwards taking it for Florida State. Hanks waiting for it, takes a bump from Schmidt. Out coming from Schweitzer defensively. Carrie Hanks continues to battle over there. She led the country this year in assists with 20. Last year she led the nation in goals and assists. Only Mia Hamm has ever done that in the history of Division I soccer. The strike, and it's a goal! Elise Weber, the junior transfer, ties it up for the Irish. Randy Waldron told us yesterday she attacks very well out of the back. And there's an example right there.
Well, she cuts it back, and she hits an absolute excellent shot, beats McNulty high. But the big ball here was Rosen's ball across to change the point and allow Weber to go 1v1 on the edge of the penalty area.
Oh, and I think McNulty, along with the rest of the Florida State defense, thought that Weber was going to make the pass back into the center of the field and instead pulled the trigger, and McNulty was leaning the other way with it and couldn't cover the near post.
Here she comes again.
For the second time tonight, the Irish have erased a one-goal deficit to come back to tie it up.
Well, let me just say this, Beth. When a player gets the ball in the penalty area like that, 1 versus 1, it's her responsibility to take on and try to beat that player. In this case, get a shot off and score the tying goal. And we've got another long throw-in.
Weisenhofer, nobody does it quite like her. And this time she'll just play it to Weber. Looking for Hanks in the far post, skidding off the head of the Notre Dame attacker. And the goal kick coming up for Florida State.
Hey, I'd give it to Weber, too, after she just scored that goal. Maybe she'd have another little bit of magic in her.
We've spent an awful lot of time talking about the dangerous tack, and wouldn't you know it, Tony, it's a couple of defenders getting the goals tonight for the Fighting Irish, and Carrie Dew and Elise Weber in that revamped back line that Randy Waldron was telling Quint Kesnick about earlier. And all the shuffling around that they had to do earlier in the season.
And probably means that they put attacking players into center back and outside back position. So when they get forward, they're not in foreign territory. They know what to do. They're comfortable. And look, 2 goals from defenders.
Run of play all in Notre Dame's favor here so far in this second half. Weber coming up again to make the sliding tackle. Let's take a look at our Coke Zero game track. Fastest goal in College Cup history by Yamaguchi, just 15 seconds into the match. And Notre Dame was behind for the first time in this NCAA tournament. Dew equalized in the 15th minute. And then Yamaguchi teamed up with Talon to give him the lead. And now Weber coming right back in the 56th minute, and we're all even at 2 apiece. The winner moves on to Sunday's championship game against either USC or UCLA. They will meet up next, live at 7:30 Eastern on ESPNU.
It was a great little run by Erica Sutton. She got a shot off, and again, she's the outside back for Florida State. And I know her well. I coached her last summer. We won a national under-23 tournament with my Soccer Plus Connecticut Reds team, and if she comes forward, she knows what to do in that attacking third. So that's something that Notre Dame's going to have to deal with.
Yep, she's one of those players similar to the Notre Dame kids that is a converted midfielder this year.
She's a transfer from San Diego State, and she is fit right into Mark Krikorian's plans.
DaCosta with Clark giving chase. Amanda Clark, a relentless worker from Naperville, Illinois. They have a pipeline with that Eclipse Club, and a lot of players in the Chicago area suiting up for the Irish over the years. They had a big group last year, and now the threesome from Neuqua Valley High School again this season. Hanks, the native Texan, making a run.
There's certainly an ebb and flow to this game. It seems whoever scores starts to protect their lead and the other team gets opportunities.
Tallonen and Dew. Carey Dew got there first, but Florida State will get the throw in. Schweitzer will come forward to take it. Throws in the header wide to Hanks. Weisenhofer and Bach are ahead of her.
Good choice by Box.
Brittany Bach, the Big East Co-Offensive Player of the Year this season with 16 goals, 36 points. In particular, they love her in the air if they can get her some service in the area. She is whistled for the push going up for the 50-50 ball.
But you can see when Notre Dame is a little bit more patient with their attack, things open up for them. Sometimes they're just so quick to get it to goal that they run into numbers and they're just dispossessed.
Under 30 minutes to play in this national semifinal, all tied up at 2 apiece here at the Aggie Soccer Stadium in College Station, Texas. Beth Bowens, Tony DeChico, Quint Kesnick. UCLA and USC coming up next, and the Bruins, boy, they have some firepower as well. If you like goals, the likes of Lauren Cheney and Denisha Adams and Cara Lang, they've been here a ton. USC on the other side, their first trip ever to the College Cup.
And they're loose. They're here. They
sure
don't know why they're here. They just know they're going to have a chance to play a soccer game. So, you know, no coach likes to play against a team that's that loose. Let's see if they actually play the game loose.
It's been a long time, too, since they've defeated UCLA. How about 9 years since they've gotten a win over the Bruins? But they've been coming closer in recent years. 4 of their last 6 matchups decided in overtime. That's our second semifinal tonight on ESPNU. Great time of year for NCAA championships. Next weekend, you've got the men's soccer championships from Cary, North Carolina, as well as the women's volleyball championships from Sacramento. We've got some great football going on. DaCosta. Miscommunication with Schweitzer.
Schweitzer needs to be wider there, so it's a simple pass to possession because the defense is going to hold their shape.
Exiting the match, number 14, and number 25, Julie Scheidler. Into the lineup for the Irish, number 20, Rebecca Mendoza, and number 12,
you can hear
Ashley Jones.
some substitutions coming on for Notre Dame. Ashley Jones and Rebecca Mendoza, who also got some time in the first half. Ashley Jones, the senior from Westlake Village, California, playing in her 105th consecutive game. She has never missed one in her career. Only former North Carolina All-American Robin Confer has played more Division I soccer games with 107 than Ashley Jones has played in a Notre Dame uniform. There's a look at Ashley back out there. She's a part of one championship team, the 2004 squad, trying to get another one. The senior class can equal the best senior class win total with a victory here tonight in the semis. And Ashley's also an ESPN The Magazine All-American. She's won that honor a couple times.
Well, both these teams are deep. They have good players that can come in and be impact players. And that's the only way you get to this stage in your season, to have deep teams.
Here comes a Weisenhofer flip. Clark tries to settle. A one-timer. That could be trouble. McNulty. Sonali crashed into her, and the whistle will go against the Irish as both are a little groggy.
Well, it's the right call here by the referee. It's kind of half chipped, half lofted in. So now he comes hard, but the goalkeeper obviously is tackled there unfairly. But I love the way Notre Dame goes to the ball. Here it is. She knew she couldn't hit it hard, so she chips it up there. Notre Dame is going to challenge her everything in the Florida State penalty area.
18 fouls now on the Irish, 8 for Florida State. Over the near touchline at midfield, and the throw in to Edwards. Carrie Hanks. Here come the big three again. Hanks, nice change of direction. Edwards gets it out of there. Now Talon. Notre Dame has done a nice job of keeping her quiet since that goal in the first half. Nice dispossession right there by Edwards.
That's what Talon does so well. She holds it. She gives her team possession. That run by Hanks was another example of being a little bit impatient.
DaCosta giving chase. Keeps it in play. Now DaCosta looking for Yamaguchi just inside the area. Mammy waiting for some help to arrive. The pass picked off. Florida State's got it again. Sutton. Sonali took her down, and a free kick coming up from square on outside the area. Opportunity on the set piece now for Florida State. Looking to go ahead for the third time today.
Well, this is going to be a shot. And from this angle, she can bend it from outside the goalkeeper's left post in, or she can put it across the goalkeeper. It depends on how drastically she can bend the ball.
Yamaguchi. Oh. She set a new single-season scoring record this year at Florida State with 63 points. She passed her first 2 years point total in just the 7th game this season. It has been an offensive explosion for Mammy.
Again, an unnecessary giveaway there by Notre Dame, but they collect it again.
Gianeskis backs back, clears it over the touchline. Approaching the midway point of this second half, the Fighting Irish have rallied from a 1-goal deficit twice. A couple of defenders scoring, Carrie Dew and Elise Weber with their goals. The big guns are out tonight for Florida State. First half scores for Yamaguchi and Talonen. On the backside, Dew again. Weber looking to play it into the area. Holly Peltzer wins the foot race. Peltzer, the senior from Lake Mary, Florida. Weber ends that rush. Notre Dame trying to turn up the heat. Defensively, they get the turnover. Mendoza. Hanks. That one wasn't developing right for the Irish.
That was a good look by Hanks, but again, I think they're winning the ball in the midfield. They need to expand a little bit quicker and give these players that win the ball a little bit more options. Everybody's staying central, trying to get a hold of the ball and run at the defense, but just expand out and you'll see some options develop.
We've got a timeout at the College Cup. Mammy Yamaguchi with a goal just 15 seconds in the game tonight. She's an international celebrity. We're going YouTubing with Yamaguchi when we come back to College Station. Midway through the second half, we're all tied up at 2-2, the Fighting Irish and the Seminoles. And for more on Mammy, here's Quint Kesnick.
Beth, when Mammy came across the ocean from Tokyo and enrolled in Florida State, communication was a huge issue. I think 3 years later, it's safe to say that her assimilation as an American college student is complete, judging by a recent post on YouTube. That's right. This little video of her doing all sorts of ball tricks has generated over 7,000 hits. It was filmed last summer. That's Lauren Schweitzer. They shot it in a parking garage on campus. Watch Lauren. She actually takes off her sweatshirt while balancing the ball on her back. Unbelievable. Mammy has said that she has done these tricks and managed to do 1,300 touches without a drop, Beth. That's pretty impressive.
Incredible.
Cult following
And hold
online.
it right here for the seal kick. Beautiful. Mammy and Schweitzer there on YouTube.
Just how I showed him.
Yamaguchi with the goal just 15 seconds into the game. Then she assisted on the Talonen goal later in the first half. She was telling us yesterday she always wanted to come to America. And no stranger is she to the internet. In fact, that's how she found Florida State. She managed to find her way to their website, found out about a soccer camp, and Mark Krikorian had seen her play. And she said, hey, I want to come to your camp and I want to come play at Florida State. And they said, absolutely. Quinn?
Beth, she always dreamed about playing soccer in the U.S. She actually came to Disney World in Orlando as a young child. So when she was doing the internet search, she put in soccer and Florida. And next thing you know, she ends up on Florida State's website. And she loves it. You know, she loves the warm temperatures, and here she is.
She's had quite an impact, the junior from Tokyo.
And a goal and assist tonight. She's that's pretty good recruiting right there by Mark Krikorian. Active website.
Well, one of the things that you talked about with Mark, he's always had good relationships internationally, from coaching in the pros, from coaching on U.S. national teams. And McNulty able to handle that one for Florida State. And that's the way that he's seen a lot of these players when they've played against the United States. And he could say, all right, she hurt us, she hurt us, she hurt us, let's talk.
And not only that, where they play on the field, they play key roles on the field. Like Van de Ven, who's their playmaker in the holding midfield spot. Or, of course, Talonen or Yamaguchi.
Holly Belzer, Yamaguchi gets it right back to her. Never able to slow things down. Sutton looking for some space. Weisenhofer won't give her any. Yamaguchi trying to get behind Mendoza. Back to VDV. Her chip shot looking for Talonen. A little too much on it. Catch every serve, set, and spike of the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championships on ESPNU tonight with 2 regional semifinal games. From Stanford, the Cardinal will take on Cal Poly, and UCLA will face Oregon. And then all 4 region finals will come your way tomorrow on ESPNU. It's the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. The semifinals and the Volleyball Championship will be next weekend from Sacramento. DaCosta with Karras coming out. She gets it underneath her for the goal. A beautifully threaded pass to Amanda DaCosta, and she runs on to give Florida State the lead with under 19 minutes to go.
And with 18 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, second half, our new score, Florida State 3, Notre Dame 2.
Well, here's the look. First of all, Talonen took down a difficult ball, spins to the inside. DaCosta releases. Karras has been scored the same way on all 3 goals. She's coming for balls that she can't get. It's better to stop and close the angle, and basically with your body language you say, beat me if you can. But when forwards can just slip balls past an on-charging goalkeeper, it makes it an easier opportunity for them.
DaCosta's 6th goal of the season for a player that Mark Krikorian says has special talents. Has been out there in the starting lineup since she arrived on campus, and the assist to Talonen. So now Talonen and Yamaguchi have been involved in 15 of their 17 tournament goals, and we've got a whistle And Yamaguchi thrown to the turf by Carrie Dew, who will get the yellow card.
Dew was fouled, but she wasn't happy with it, and she took it out on Yamaguchi, so she picked up a yellow card, which isn't smart play. I mean, this is soccer. There's going to be collisions. If you don't want collisions, then go play tennis or something. I once told that to Mia Hamm, and she reminds me of it once in a while.
We're going to stick to the soccer for the time being here today,
the soccer's
Coach.
good here. The soccer is very good.
So interestingly enough, it's the penalty against Florida State, then the yellow card against the Irish, but it will still be Notre Dame's possession here.
I like the starting position of McNulty.
Max Dew tried to backhead it. Sutton gets it out of there, right to Weber. Irish again showing a sense of urgency, trailing for the third time in this match. They've come back twice before. Senali. Weisenhofer.
Good run by Weisenhofer.
Trying to get around Sutton. Can't do it the first time. Plays it back to Weber. She's got one of the Notre Dame goals. Knotted down. Opportunity for Notre Dame in front. Cleared out by Gianeskis and then ripped out across midfield.
I think Gianeska got both those head clears, and that's important. In fact, her and Edwards have been very solid in the center of defense.
3-2, the Seminoles with the lead. They've been to the College Cup 4 times, have yet to advance to the championship game, trying to get there for the first time in school history.
And they're starting to get a rhythm. They're starting to possess the ball. What they can't get is dispossessed in their defensive thirds. They gave up a goal against Florida State last year in the semifinal by being dispossessed in their final third.
Seminoles trying to do it by knocking out one of the best programs in the history of this tournament. The Fighting Irish, 2-time national champs.
And Notre Dame is not out of this. They're going to continue to battle, but they've got to keep their shape and look for their opportunities.
Into space at midfield, a foot race. Goes to the Irish. Senali. Weber pushing forward from her left back position. Weber trying to go to work on Sutton. Help coming over by Peltzer to take it away. Dew looks to settle. Weber lost it under some pressure from Talon. 15.5 minutes to play.
And you're going to see more of that. The forwards of Florida State, one of them will come back in the midfield and help defensively. They've got to leave. They've got 15 minutes to go. They'll sacrifice a little attack to make sure they're solid defensively.
Gianeskis helping out her goalkeeper. Boy, what a couple of weeks it could be for Libby Gianeskis, the senior from Tarpon Springs. The rally cry for her teammates is 2 rings in 2 weeks. She recently got engaged. Her boyfriend's actually in the state of Texas too. He plays in a band. He's performing down in Houston this weekend. But she's got the 1 ring and now in pursuit of another, which would be the first ever championship ring for Florida State soccer. They are in front trying to get into the final for the first time ever. Under 15 minutes to play.
And Notre Dame gives one up. Watch the patience of Yamaguchi.
Nobody coming up to help yet on the right side. And finally, VDV runs into the middle. Yamaguchi back to Peltzer. Ollie's looking for service far post, and Karras beats her to it. Both of the Irish goals coming from defenders tonight so far. Their big three up top of Hanks, Bach, and Weisenhofer have been kept off the board.
Free kick for Notre Dame, taken by number 2,
Hanks will
Carrie
take
Hart.
the free kick.
Now, instead of hitting it directly over, she needs to play this to the back post and then have it headed across the goal, because it's just too difficult to drop it in there.
She tries the chip shot, and Edwards blasts it out of there.
You've got such a small margin. You got the defensive restraining line, you got a goalkeeper, and you've got to drop it in this very small margin. Play it to the back post, away from the goalkeeper, win the head, and head it across the face of the goal.
Florida State with the lead and possession. DaCosta to Yamaguchi. This will go all the way back to Aaron McNulty. The freshman has shown some tremendous poise under the pressure of the College Cup.
Again, you look at Krikorian's team. You got McNulty from Canada in goal, Van de Ven at the center of midfield, Yamaguchi and Talaman at 2 striking positions. They're very solid, and only Katrine Schmidt plays outside of his international players. And the reason is because they usually, international players, have more sophistication than American players. And I know Pia Sundhagen is going to try to change that, but it's unfortunately, it's the truth.
I think, Tony, if you looked at some of the best goal scorers in the world 10 years ago, 4 of the top 5 names would have been Americans. Now, Abby Wambach is probably the only one that would be in that group of the top 5 strikers in the world.
Well, you're right, Beth. So what I'm seeing, though, from the Florida State players is they're getting a little comfortable on the ball. One player challenging them isn't forcing them to just kick it away. They're comfortable enough to hold the ball against one player, and I think that's very important.
Whistle will go against Florida State here, under 12 minutes to go.
Just by
on Casbour.
Just by the location of this free kick, it becomes more dangerous, because it won't go directly at goal. It's going to fly across the goal.
That not a well-played ball by Carey, and she puts her hand up and waves to her teammates and says, "Hey, my bad." One of the targets that she likes to have is not in the game right now, and that's Brittany Bach, who has been waiting to get back out on the field for a good 3 or 4 minutes now.
And she will bring, you'll see Notre Dame all of a sudden get more dangerous because of her fighting power and her heading presence in the attack.
The quick restart from Hanks. And McNulty out to get it.
See, if you're going to come hard like that, you need to get the ball if you're a goalkeeper. Getting there second doesn't work, and unfortunately, Lauren Karras has had that problem today.
She's had all 3 slide by her, whereas McNulty has had some pretty good coverage. Weber back to Rosen. Sonali trying to switch fields, and the foul again going to be called on Casbour.
Well, it's in a dangerous part of the field, but I think the referee needs to allow that to continue to play. You've got a player flowing in. Steidler's flowing into the attack. You need to give her a chance to do something positive.
Hanks and Rosen are standing over it, waiting for the wall to take its shape.
What's key here is Notre Dame needs to follow it in.
She tried to bend it around the wall, and it's covered by McNulty.
The distance was always a bit against her. It was a little bit far for a bent shot. It just gives the goalkeeper a little bit too much time. She puts it over the wall, and it's bending, but from that side, it's more difficult and turns into a fairly easy save, routine save from McNulty.
Weisenhofer. Notre Dame has some numbers up, and a great sliding tackle by Van de Ven, stopping the Irish rush.
Ball went out.
And finally, Bach can get back into the game. Let's check in with Quint Kesnick.
Beth, Brittany Bach is back for Notre Dame, and it's as simple as blisters. She just came over to the sideline after that last media timeout and had both big toes taped up on both feet. This field looks beautiful. It's a little firmer than Notre Dame's used to.
And it looked like she trotted out a little limp to her, Tony.
The field is beautiful, but go figure, you've played like 25 games and all of a sudden you get blisters.
So Bach, Weisenhofer, and Hanks are back out there together up top for Notre Dame with 8.5 minutes to go, and Florida State holding that 3-2 advantage, looking to get into the championship match for the first time in school history. Notre Dame looking to continue a quest for a third national championship for Florida State. This would be uncharted territory. Their third consecutive trip at the College Cup.
Yamaguchi clears it. You love that from your forwards.
Schmidt off the side of her foot. Hanks trying to get another corner, and she does so.
This is going to be a frantic last 7 minutes. You got Box back in the game. She's had a rest. She's going to be attacking this ball. Dew's going to be attacking this ball. They're bringing up all their big bodies.
7-1 the advantage in corner kicks for Notre Dame. They've scored on one. Dew had the first one, and that one goes over the top. Off the kick from Carrie Hanks, and a lot of collisions right in front.
Well, she comes hard for the ball, but there's a pretty good challenge there. I'm not sure if that's Gianeskis or who, but there's a good challenge that keeps her from getting a real clear look at it. It was Van de Ven, the Dutch woman.
Under 7 minutes to go. Rosen line to Weber. And the other side story would be the future of Carrie Hanks. You know, the three big guns up front are all eligible to come back next year, but Hanks, the junior from Allen, Texas, didn't play her first season because she was with the U.S. national team. So technically her class is with this senior class. She is set to graduate in May, and Carrie told us yesterday that she has not yet determined whether she will return for her senior season. So for Irish fans, is this their last opportunity to see this trio together of Weisenhofer, Hanks, and Bach?
That's interesting because it's not like she's going, you know, the professional league isn't in place yet. It's coming back in 09. Unless she's going to go to Europe and play or totally commit herself to making the U.S. women's national team. But after this summer, there's 3 years before the next event. So I'd be surprised if she's not back.
I would think, Tony, that if the Pro League started up next year, it would have been much more enticing, but certainly every reason to come back for Notre Dame. 5.5 minutes. Florida State, as they have all year long, showing tremendous resiliency. They've lost 2 leads tonight, and then they keep getting it back, and they've still got it right now. Talonen now looking to just waste some time. Yamaguchi and Talonen have each scored tonight. So far, the game winner would stand for the freshman, Amanda DaCosta.
But here's Florida State. They're managing the clock. I know my son is probably listening. In the state semifinal, with 1 second left, they gave up a goal because they chose to try to continue tacking instead of just taking it to the corner.
The injured player for
Yamaguchi gave Florida State the lead. Dew tied it up. Talonen gave Florida State the lead. And then Weber came back to tie it up. And DaCosta in the 73rd minute is the difference right now on the scoreboard with under 5 minutes to go. And Florida State looking to make school history and advance to the final for the first time ever.
And every time they get it now, they'll look to take it in the corner unless they have a great opportunity.
Matter coming up next here on ESPN2, NFL Live coming your way. Big football weekend, so that will include that Pittsburgh Steelers affair with the New England Patriots. And the Pats keep their unbeaten streak alive. NFL Live coming up next on ESPN2. Our second semifinal comes your way on ESPNU at about 7:30 Eastern with UCLA and USC. And that will feature another team that's never been to the final in Southern Cal.
That's a very interesting matchup because it's a rivalry. It's an in-state rivalry, in-city rivalry. So that's they rival each other in every sport. So that's going to be an interesting matchup.
You're watching the 2007 NCAA College Cup presented on ESPN by Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Aggie Soccer Stadium here in College Station, Texas. Beth Mowens, Tony DeChico, and Quint Kesnick. The Irish in blue, Florida State in white.
And you see what they did there. They did not serve it into the penalty area. They kept the ball. This is game management.
Florida State looking to advance to the final for the first time ever with the 3-2 lead. And hanging on to the ball. Forcing the Irish to give chase. And now they've got it.
Oh, yeah.
The pass picked off by Peltzer. And FSU can burn some more clock.
Now this is smart soccer. Instead of her taking the ball and trying to go to goal, they're up a goal. The clock is their friend. Take it in the corner. Take your time when it's out of play. Manage the game.
That's what Yamaguchi had in mind. Under 3 minutes now to go for the Seminoles. Notre Dame had it and then lost it. Notre Dame trying desperately to get the ball away from Yamaguchi to give themselves a chance. Hanks waited on it and Gianeskis ran through it to steal it.
Yamaguchi just burned 30 seconds of clock. In the last, they burned 2.5 minutes. Notre Dame has not got the ball anywhere near the Florida State goal.
The Irish cannot get it across midfield. Jones to Folks. Ricochets into the area. Karras now will finally have a chance to boot it. Tremendous clock management by Florida State here in the final 5 minutes so far.
I still think Notre Dame's going to get one more opportunity. It may be off a long throw-in. Corner kick, they'll get another opportunity.
Minute and a half to play. You can see the desperation over on the Irish bench. The anticipation on the Florida State side. Gianeskis again making the hustle play for Florida State. And on the quick reset, DaCosta with the interception. Hanks.
A little bit of a freshman mistake there by DaCosta, giving the ball up in the final third.
Back to Hanks, and it's cleared out by Peltzer. Throwing Irish under a minute to play. Weisenhofer will have a chance here with the flip throw. Goes near post and throws it away. McNulty now can waste some more precious seconds. That may do it.
Good communication there by McNulty. Her defender was going to head it. She said, leave it. She knew it was going out of bounds.
30 seconds to play. Just boots it into space. And now Karras, the keeper, will come way out. Notre Dame running out of time. Back to Hanks. Final seconds ticking off. For the first time in school history, Florida State advances to the national championship match.
Final score, Florida State 3 and Notre Dame 2. Congratulations to Notre Dame.
Yamaguchi, Talanin, and DaCosta with the goals. The freshman Amanda DaCosta gets the game winner, and they're into the final for the first time ever.
Well, there was an ebb and flow to this game. At times it was Florida State, and times it was Notre Dame, but it was Florida State more than Notre Dame.
Here is the Pontiac game-changing performance. Talented to DaCosta for the game winner, sliding it underneath Karras, the keeper.
How about the poise by DaCosta to just slip that under a charging keeper?
Our Pontiac game-changing performance and a program-changing performance for Florida State as they finally break through in the semis and advance to the championship.